Hey guys, welcome to Confusing Bits. I am Corey, and this is the Color of Magic. By Terry Pratchett. Let's talk about it. So this is part of my explorations into various different theories. We got what did we get? We got some R.A. Salvador stuff. We did Game of Thrones. We have the Expanse series, and then the Dresden Files, and then whatever the something world something Wheel of Time series. Trying out a bunch of different series to see which ones I like, and this is the start of the This World series by Terry Pratchett. And I believe, having read this book. Oh, by the way, let's do the too long. Didn't read, didn't listen. It's a good book. I think it's it's kind of a bit of a rough start, but I think I kind of read that it's a little rough starting out. So at least the first few books or something like that. But it's still, I enjoyed it. I listened on an audiobook in my morning walks, and it was pretty good. Yeah. So here, traveling through space supported on the back of a giant turtle, sex unknown. The unique realm known as the Discworld is about to face an unimaginable threat. Its first tourist. So this book in particular here, let's talk about the physical book here. Is apparently it's the Discworld, the Unseen University collection. It's a hardback reprint or something. So you can see it's got like see the shiny. There we go, shiny. We got some full printing on here, and it's just it's a beautiful book. Nice binding. Anyway, it's a neat little book. Anyway, I like it. The makes a suitable trophy, because that's what since I listen to everything on audiobook now, all of these are just trophies. So I can put it on the back wall and tell you how smart I am. So I liked it. I will say I did have a hard time getting into it. It's very, I guess, British would be the word to say. It seems like it's very Britishy kind of sensibilities, and I had a very hard time keeping up with the characters at first and everything. And I'd say it was about halfway through the book before I finally understood, because they introduced a lot of characters, a lot of different scenes, and things jumped around a bunch, and it was just really hard for me to understand what was going on. It was the jumping around that really, at least in the audiobook, it didn't really come across whenever the scene would change. You would just it like suddenly we're talking about something different, and I'm like, what happened? You know, I'm assuming it's like that in the book. But that was one thing that was kind of odd. Apparently, there was a dude named Bill Nye who voiced part of the audiobook. I don't know if it was that Bill Nye, but I thought that was interesting. But yeah, it's got I can't remember the name of the little dude. The main protagonist is this dude called Rincewind. And he is just the worst. That was part of what had a hard time getting into the book, because the protagonist is just terrible. He's like an unlikable Mr. Bean, or an unlikable cowardly Pink Panther or something, like an idiot, like a cowardly idiot wizard, and he's just thoroughly unlikable. I mean, it's not like overtly offensive to anybody, but he's like, anytime there's something happening, he's just like going the other way. Something dangerous is happening. He's like the anti-hero or something. I don't know. He's like is the nega hero. He's not like the gruff or whatever. I'm mean and salty, but I do the right thing anti-hero. No, he's the I am actively trying not to do the right thing and end up doing the right thing hero. He's terrible. And he's thoroughly unlikable, except for just the comedy that happens around him. But and the way Terry Pratchett describes things happening makes it enjoyable, but it is not the character. So it's a weird. I'm interested to see where this is going to go further, because he's got to redeem this character a little bit, rehabilitate this character a little bit more, or flesh it out in some way a little bit more, because otherwise he's almost unbearable, you know. But yeah, so that's Rincewind, and he's got, as I mentioned on the back, about to face an unimaginable threat, the first tourist. So that's the other main character in the book is this tourist character whose name is escaping me, but it doesn't matter. And he's got this luggage that follows everybody around. Yeah, it's very much. It reminds me. It read of the sensibilities. When I say it's very British, I'm not even sure. I think of Douglas Adams is who I'm thinking of. Yes, yeah. As I was reading it, I just kept getting reminded of Douglas Adams' writing. You know, that kind of. I don't know. There is a style to that sense of humor. Like you almost call it a dry humor or something like that, but it's not really. It's kind of like a dry, witty kind of self-depreciating kind of humor. I don't know how to describe it. It's very similar in kind of tone to Douglas Adams. So Terry Pratchett, I would say, is very similar, kind of in the same. Well, I'm not trying to say the same tone. He very much has his own voice, but it's in the same cluster, right, as Douglas Adams's work. So that type of humor, I would say. But anyway, I do enjoy it. I will be continuing the series, even though the book was hard to follow. At least the first half of the book was kind of hard to follow and hard to get really engaged with. I did find myself wanting to hear the next part of the story after we got going. So I think maybe moving into the next book. So I'll give the next book a try. We'll probably give. I'll look into it, but I think I read somewhere that it takes a little bit for the series to really get going. So I'll find out where that cutoff point, and I'll give it up to then to really. But we'll continue this series go along. So, but I would recommend you read this. Maybe at some point after I get through with these series or whatever, I'll do like a synopsis of the series and how I thought of them as a whole or whatever. But that'll be a longer term project. Anyway, this has gone on for 10 minutes. It's not that big of a book, so I think we're done here. Yep. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.